sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver Common Sense Show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. How was everybody's weekend? Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I did. Sorry I wasn't here Friday. As most listeners know, I got some medical issues with my back and neck, and we've had a lot of storms come in through Florida lately, and it has been very painful. It just seems weird. What's going on? Everything seems off right now. So, Liz Mayer, who is in charge of the Super PAC that released those disgusting photos and that disgusting anti-Trump attacking Melania Trump. And she's going on to say, people can blame me for incendiary Melania ad. The fact is, it worked. See, they don't care. They don't care as long as the end result is what they want. As long as they can justify the means, they don't care. And this is what, God bless it, this is what I am sick and tired of with politics, one of the many things. But it was an ad that was launched, 8,000 blog posts. Liz Mayer of Make America Awesome appeared on CNN to talk to Don Lime about the infamous ad featuring Melania Trump that spurred Donald Trump into attacking Heidi Cruz. Trump blamed Cruz for the initial attack on his wife in spite of the fact that it was done by Make America Awesome Super PAC. And I call bullshit because, number one, if you look at the facts of the PAC, that has the exact same mailing address as Carly Fioroni's campaign. This was all put together with Cruz's knowledge. These campaigns, nothing doesn't happen without the candidate knowing. And if you think they don't know just because it's illegal, you're being a little naive. Being very naive. Dang, I was in such a rush to get going because I missed doing it. Oh, my God. I forgot one part of my intro. Whoopsie. We'll worry about that later. But if you actually think that, you're being a little naive, or you're just plain denying the facts. Mayor responded to that by telling Lime, the truth is, it's me, it's just me. Of course she's going to take the blame. If Cruz were to become president, I bet you she would have some kind of position there. Or she was paid very handsomely for her dirty, underhanded work. She is known for this. When asked if Cruz had any involvement in the ad, she said this: absolutely not. Of course he didn't. I mean, next thing Donald Trump is going to do, going to be out there claiming that it was like the Illuminati or something, and that will be just as equally plausible as what he's claiming here. No, it's total bogus. People can blame me if they don't like the ad. The fact is, the ad worked. The ad did exactly what we intended it to do, and it's done far more than that. The reality is that part of the reason that Donald Trump is tanking right now is because he's bothered spending a week and a half getting pissed off and acting like a toddler, having a major meltdown over the ad. See, I find it funny when Ted Cruz goes ballistic about his wife being attacked. It's a good husband in protecting his wife. When Donald Trump goes ballistic because his wife was attacked, it's a toddler having a meltdown. Has anybody noticed with these campaigns? When a campaign is lying or caught doing something underhanded, they always exaggerate the issues. I'll give you an example, and she gives a perfect example of claiming that it was like the Illuminati or something. They always exaggerate on the issue to make it sound worse than it is. They get dramatic about it. This woman is proud of what she did. She is proud that she went gutter diving and started all this problem. She is proud to have attacked Trump's wife. But if anybody attacks her, oh my God, you're attacking a woman, that's not right. Cruz knew of this, whether before or after, and he did nothing about it. He did nothing about it, and that's where, and he's done it time and time again. There's issues that pop up, and he does not speak on it, or when he does speak on it, he points the finger to everybody else. We've had that for the past 7 years, a president who points his finger at everybody else, does not take any responsibility for his administration. We already have a candidate that will not take responsibility for his campaign. There is a lot more in common between Ted Cruz and Obama than anybody realizes. Obama has given me a glimpse into a Cruz president. Junior senators, law degrees, Harvard. It just doesn't get any more real than that. Everybody goes after Trump, supposedly because him and Obama are friends. So many different things go around. It's actually kind of funny. It makes me laugh. But who is the one that said that he admired Obama's campaign? Cruz. Who is the one that said he modeled his Senate run after Obama? Cruz did. These tactics were used by Cruz during his Senate run, and he's using them now, and he always points his fingers at everybody else. And then you have the Cruz supporters who think, oh, we're going to get to a contested convention, and Cruz is going to get it. No, you're not. The establishment is using him. If he is true that he's anti-establishment, it's kind of funny. He's got all the establishment rallying around him, pushing him, knowing that he can't get to the 1237. They have no plans on nominating him. But yet he keeps playing their game. And it's bullshit. I'm getting tired of it. They know that it was wrong, this attack. They demonize Trump for protecting his wife. It's okay when Cruz does it. Trump protects his wife. It's a different story. That tells me there's something to Trump. That they got to attack him on something that basic. Most people, everyday people, are commending him for protecting his wife. If Cruz did not speak up for several days until after the Utah primary election. And I'm really, with all the shit that's going on with Cruz, and it's not just this, there's a stack of it. I don't know. I don't know if I could back him. I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not, but I'm the more that happens, the more that's telling me, and I'm not the one to vote the lesser of two evils. I vote for who I think is best. And at this point, the only reason why I'm still saying I would possibly back him is because I find him a little bit more vile and disgusting than I do Hillary Clinton. And I made a promise to Chris Paronto I would back him, and Mark and John and all the others, I would back them. And part of that is not willing to vote back or not vote so that Hillary gets in. And what I also, it just, they sit there and, I'm trying to, when Cruz has made Trump has made some offhand comments, and he said he could probably go outside and shoot somebody, and his supporters would still back him. Everybody flipped out. Everybody went nuts over it. Now, you have Ted Cruz, who has joked about backing over Donald Trump with a car. And nothing. Everybody blows it off. Oh, it was a joke. It wasn't nothing big. Don't worry about it. Really? Now, do I think he was trying to make himself sound bigger than he is? Yes. I don't believe that he actually has the balls to do it. Dang it. There we go. Did some stuff on my computer over the weekend, and I'm kind of forgot a couple of things. Sorry about that. But it's okay for one candidate to make a joke like that, but another candidate, no, you can't do that. That's a double standard going on, and that's some of the stuff that people are getting sick of. You have Senator Cruz, who is trailing Donald Trump in the delegates in the race for the GOP nomination, but he envisions himself in front of the businessman in at least one way, suggesting he would need to use reverse gear to run over his chief competitor for the Republican nomination. When Jimmy Kimmel asked the Texas senator who he disliked more, Barack Obama or Donald Trump, Cruz said, "If I were in my car and getting ready to reverse and saw Donald in the backup camera, I'm not confident which pedal I'd push." Just going on to call him unique as Cruz and Kimmel shared a laugh or three at the front runner's expense. "I dislike Obama's policies more. Donald is a unique individual," Cruz said, trailing off to laughter. And no, but this was on national TV. The two have been going at one another pretty much daily, including a fight that involved the candidate's wife. Via The Hill, he also criticized Trump on Wednesday for his comments about abortion, saying the businessman hasn't seriously thought through the issues and he will say anything to get attention. He was asked a question. He answered the question. It was a hypothetical situation, so he answered it as such. What part can't people understand on that? Doesn't mean I agree with his answer, but he was asked a hypothetical question. This is the shit that pisses me off. They're trying to make a mountain out of nothing, not even a molehill, nothing, because he was asked a simple question. It was a previously scheduled appearance, as Breitbart News reported, up by 10 in Wisconsin. Ted Cruz heads to California for donors on Jimmy Kimmel. Well, it depends on which. I was going to bump into it later, but some of these polls are making me. I'm not saying they're false, but if I find it kind of funny that the Wisconsin polls lately have been way under 1,000 people involved in it. When it's under 1,000 people, Cruz is ahead in the poll. But when those polls are 1,000 or more, it's either they're tied or Trump takes the lead. I don't know if that's just a coincidence of the different polls with different people, or is that why so many of these polls, they are doing less than 1,000. I mean, I'm talking 400 to 600. Right in between there is what they're doing, and it's showing Cruz ahead. But when you go larger than that, you start seeing Trump go ahead. Why would they do it? Not that they're trying to falsify polls, but by doing that, you give a psychological to people that you might as well give up and vote for Cruz, because Cruz is ahead. There's no sense of voting for Trump. You'd be wasting your vote. That is the psychological little warfare that they'll play. Not saying that the polls are wrong or that this is definitely the case, but these are some of the games that they play. So, very well, Ted Cruz could be up in Wisconsin. I'm not denying that, so I don't want to hear none. But the games that they play are very unique. These are the things that make that I can't trust our government. I can't trust these campaigns because these are the type of games that are played. You have the media that's trying to push back on Trump, and it's not far-fetched that these mainstream medias have been caught tampering with the polls in the past. But we will see. Tomorrow is Wisconsin. We get back to the primaries. Had about a week and a half off. It was kind of nice. Candidates are back on the trail again. I know there's some papers that say Trump cannot get there, but I've looked at the math. It really isn't that hard for Trump to get there. Now, if he can take Wisconsin. Now, I've read it's a winner take all, winner take most. I'm not sure. During the break, I'll try to look that information up. But even if Cruz wins Wisconsin, it's nothing. It's not bad. All it does is delay the inevitable that Cruz cannot make those numbers, and mathematically he can hit it percentage-wise. No, he can't hit it because they're going to start hitting some areas that is Trump's home area, the Northeast. And after Cruz's mouth going after the values of the Northeast, I don't see it doing too good. So, Wisconsin is, it seems like, the last battle state. But we will see tomorrow night. With that, I didn't even get anything set up. Shame on me. You're listening to the Reaver Common Sense right here on shrmedia.com and hbpundit.com. We'll be right back.
Media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. If you want to watch a broadcast, just go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream. If you want to watch... Dang it. Oh, I'll take one day off and you all off your game. If you like this live stream, do not forget, even though I make all these goof-ups. Don't forget to subscribe and keep up to date. If you want to support the show, or if you want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. Pick up a t-shirt, coffee mug, or even a Reaver jersey or SHR Media jersey, and many other items to choose from. You'll notice, as I go along today, I am using an older mug. I don't have the the Reaver of Common Sense mug in yet. Hopefully, that'll be mailed out this week. So the douchebag, Eric Erickson, douchebag extraordinaire. I love these idiots that hate Trump, and they're supposed to be these constitutional conservatives. But basically what they're saying is, if you don't fall in line with what they want, they're going to go to liberal tactics, and they're going to be insulting, shaming, belittling, just all around being an asshole. No, I don't want to say asshole because I'm a royal asshole. It's taken me years to get to that ranking, and I am nowhere in the scumbag league that they are. But these are the people that call themselves constitutional conservatives. But if you don't fall in line and high step with them, God forbid they're going to go at you. Because now Eric Erickson says Trump voters have failed at life. It seems like every day Donald Trump compels someone in the Republican establishment or the conservative industrial complex to reveal their true character, who they are, and what they really think. And it's ugly. Eric Erickson said that Trump voters have failed at life and blame others for their poor decisions. Eric Erickson tweet, a lot of Trump voters have failed at life and blame others for their own poor decision. They're using Trump as a vehicle for revenge. Secure, confident men who are happy don't send out such tweets. Insecure, crusty, fake, tough guys who are angry that they can't control voters do. This type of attitude is why candidates and tacticians in the GOP and the conservative establishment continue to lose elections and piss off and turn off voters. Democrats rarely ever mock black voters who so reliably make up their base. Non-suicidal corporations never taunt their customers, and sports teams do not insult their fans, and especially fans of their sport. This is how moronic that these elite have gotten. They are throwing this huge temper tantrum. We are not falling in line, doing what they want, so they think by insulting us, we're going to fall in line. They think that if they shame us, we're going to fall in line. All it's doing is showing the true character of these lowlife scumbags. Liz Mayer, Eric Erickson, Lindsey Graham, Glenn Beck. He's like their king of idiots right now. And the list goes on and on. You have Mark Levine, who is attacking the people because we're sick and tired of bullshit like Glenn Beck. So he decides he's going to stick up for Glenn Beck, which I don't understand that. The guy is insulting us, and we fire back, and his career's going down the tube, and you want to blame us for it, Mark? Get real, Mark. You're another one of these little scumbags that want everybody to fall in line. These are the people I'm sick and tired of. See, I don't care who you vote for. I don't. I do not care. It's not my place to tell you who to vote for. If you vote for Ted Cruz, I do not think you're a lesser person. I don't think you're stupid. I don't think you're uneducated. I think that Ted Cruz is the perfect candidate for you. I respect other people's decisions to vote for who they want. I may not agree with it, But I'm not going to sit there and insult you like these scumbags do. What makes America great, or used to, is we had the right to choose whoever we wanted. We had the right to back whatever candidate we wanted without any intimidation tactics, whether it was a physical threat, which has happened in our history, whether it's what's going on now, the psychological attacks. I thought that's what was supposed to make the Republican Party a better party, too. That you had the right to pick who you want. There might be a little, arguments going back for it. My candidate's better than your candidate. No. What's going on is they're attacking because we haven't fallen in line. They're throwing this huge hissy fit. And yes, we are pissed off. So your smart idea is to poke at the pissed off people of the country. Not to step back and go, shit, how do we piss them off? We got to correct this so we can get them back. How did we piss them off? No, you don't have the mental capability to look at and say, shit, what did we do? No, you want to sit there and attack. I don't care who you vote for. I don't care who my wife votes for. I don't care who my brothers vote for. You're right. If you throw your vote for Bernie Sanders, as much as I don't like Bernie Sanders and what he stands for, I have no right to tell you you are wrong. I can disagree with you. I can tell you why I disagree with you. But that is your right. You want to put your vote for Kasich, go right ahead. I'm not going to tell you you're as failed at life. Or all the other insults that these half-wits are running around telling everybody. I don't like Cruz as a candidate. I don't. I used to. But I talk about what's going on with that. Yeah. Have I ever once said don't vote for him? Never have. Never will. These elitists, these establishment, whatever title you want to label, title you want to give them, they're showing their true colors. And that is why a lot of people are leaving the party. I'll do everything I can to keep Hillary from being elected. Tell you that. But don't expect much more backing from me. I don't put up with people who attack others for voting who they want. Now, like I said, I wasn't sure what was going on with Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a winner-take-all contest. And it's kind of weird because it's 42 Republican delegates at state. 24 of them will be allocated to a candidate based on primary results in 8 congressional districts. The remaining 18 are at-large delegates that will be bound to the candidate who wins the most votes in the statewide contest. Now, I got some polls, but this, I think is, I don't know. I just picked the first one that talked about it. And it's even saying it is a tight contest. Where is it? The polls that this person's seeing that just came out, it has Ted Cruz at 33 and Trump at 32. Now, I went to RCP, which is Real Clear Politics, and it's where I go to get my information from. And right now, the latest poll from Emerson came out. It has Cruz at +5. And actually, Cruz's numbers have been going down steadily. On an average, he's holding a 6.5 lead in Wisconsin. And that's what I like about this site. It goes to several different polls, brings them together, and gives an average. So let's... But we will see come tomorrow night. Erickson, which is funny, Eric Erickson, who grew up in Dubai, could not even bother to attend 13 of 27 city council meetings in 2010, nearly twice as many absentees as any other council member, and eventually decided to quit after being slammed for his chronic absenteeism. Veterans, successful entrepreneur, and blue-collar working-class Americans alike immediately fired back at Erickson. The Republican Party needs to come out and speak up and denounce the likes of Beck, Eric Erickson, Liz Mayer, whatever it is, and all of these. Before the damage that these lowlifes have caused, why is it that I can respect a Cruz supporter, but these so-called conservatives have to demean, insult, belittle, and attempt to shame those who have their own mind? Why do they think it's smart to insult these people that they will need their help to get their candidate elected? These same people that are insulting us, let's say Cruz is able to pull it off, or it goes to a contested or brokered, and Paul Ryan gets nominated. You're going to need us to get that candidate elected. You do not have a big enough base. You need every single vote, but you think it's smart enough to piss us off, demean us, belittle us, insult us, shame us, attempt to shame, and then think we're going to help you get your candidate nominated? That's... And they're supposed to be these smart people? I don't think so. They're not that smart. No, they're not. You're seeing that they're pretty fucking dumb, that they think they can insult the supporters that they need. Do you see the NFL insulting its fans? And fans are the supporters of the NFL. If there is no fans, there is no support. Do you see the NHL running out, insulting its fans? Do you see the Philadelphia Flyers running out and insulting its fans? How brain dead are these people? These people are making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're friggin' morons. These are the same people that have lost 2 elections in a row for a president. And oh my God, these people, they drive me up a wall. I swear they have lost touch with reality. I don't know. They've had to lose touch. They got to be in la la land to think, hey, let's insult our base because they're not falling in line with us. That will do the trick. Now, you can think what you want. You don't have to fall in line when you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on High Plains Pundit Radio and SHRmedia.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying cough was stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverbcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reverb Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. Where's my little... There it is. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Just go to shrmedia.com, click on the chat room, join the conversation. If you want to watch the broadcast, go to Reaver.one, click on the live stream. And if you like the live stream, don't forget to subscribe and keep up to date. If you want to support the show, or if you want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one, click on the Reaver store, pick up a t-shirt, coffee mug, Reaver jersey or a SHR Media jersey. Many, many other items to choose from. Now this one again. Beck threatens to leave NRA over infiltration by Jihad Grover Norquist. Excerpts from the Daily Caller, the TV radio host Glenn Beck is so up in arms over his belief that NRA board member Grover Norquist is a Muslim Brotherhood sympathizer. He may end his membership with the gun right group if Norquist is reelected. This is the same man who has a lawsuit against him because he swears that one of the victims of the Boston bombing is the mastermind and terrorist. I truly think this man has lost his mind. He's gone off the deep end. Beck dropped that bombshell on his millions of listeners in an interview on Wednesday with Frank Gaffney, the president of the Terror Watch Group Center for Security Policy. Beck said he is convinced that Norquist, the longtime anti-tax crusader who heads America for tax reform, is a dangerous man and in bed with the Muslim Brotherhood, which he has close ties with the terrorist group Hamas. I'm so concerned about this, Frank. I am not an expert on Grover Norquist by any stretch of the imagination, but I have heard enough that makes me concerned, and I hope that the leadership of the NRA hears this, and every member of the NRA hears this, that if this man is elected or reelected and confirmed on the board of NRA, I may drop my membership in the NRA. Well, let me tell you something. That guy just got my vote. Because Glenn Beck is running his mouth. That means Glenn Beck has a personal issue with him, and he's got a bug up his ass. He gives no proof that this man has any ties. And Glenn Beck has shown very much lately that he has lost his mental faculties. He's nuts. He's woohoo. I am not going to throw threats or nothing out there. I just hope this guy gets elected. And if Beck leaves, bye-bye. I don't think as many people as he thinks will follow him out the door. And that's why he's kind of like throwing the threat at and throwing this tantrum. He thinks that if he leaves, his listeners, they're all going to get up and leave. Yeah, I don't think so, because a lot of his listeners are leaving because he's nuts. He has lost his damn mind. He is batshit crazy. What proof does he have? We've seen how he's going after somebody. At first, did a lot of people think that man in the Boston bombing was involved in it? Yes, because that's what the media went off on. But then he was cleared. Is there some doubt? Yes. Am I going to sit here and label the guy a terrorist? No, I have no proof. Where Beck sits there and has gone out the guy so much that a judge not only tried to get it to go to arbitration for a settlement, which basically to me is a judge telling Glenn Beck, you're in the wrong and you better fucking settle or you're in trouble. And nothing happened, so now it's going to trial. And I hope to God that man sues Glenn Beck for every damn dime he's worth. Somebody needs to get Glenn Beck into a mental hospital for an evaluation, because he really has lost touch with the reality. The man, oh my God. Nuts. But the Gun Owners of America claims victory over Bloomberg's billions. Gun owners in Idaho and West Virginia can now carry their weapons concealed without a permit, allowing Gun Owners of America to claim victory over Bloomberg's billions. For all the talk of Bloomberg's billions, Daddy Warbuck had his lunch handed to him in Idaho and West Virginia, GOA Eric Pratt told Breitbart News. Oh. Kudos to grassroots gun owners in both states for picking up their phones and calling their legislator. Gun rights activists demonstrated once again that when politicians feel the heat, they see the light. Breitbart News previously reported that the West Virginia House overrode Governor Tomlin's veto of permitless carry on March 4th, and the Senate filed suit on March 5th. Permitless carry goes into effect in West Virginia in June, and on March 25th, Idaho Governor Butch Otter signed permitless carry into law. The ability to carry concealed without a permit takes effect in Idaho on July 1st. GOA backed the effort to abolish permits requirements in both states. After securing victory, they relished the way they had been able to join forces with the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance to overcome Michael Bloomberg's relentless effort against the permitless carry provision. GOA observed the victory in Idaho was especially gratifying as residents ignored the thousands upon thousands of dollars of advertising that Bloomberg was pouring into the state. So anti-gun groups hate when pro-gun groups get involved and finance to help. But when Michael Bloomberg spends thousands upon thousands of dollars and lying to the American people about it during those ads, it is okay. Hypocrisy at work there? Bloomberg bought several ads encouraging people to call Governor Butch Otter in opposition to constitutional carry. Initially, the calls were running 5-1 against the GO-backed bill, although it appeared that many of the anti-gun calls were coming from out of state. Gun Owners of America responded by joining the Idaho Second Amendment Alliance and encouraging phone calls into the governor's office, and the ratio soon improved to a 50-50 split. ISAA was a powerful force working inside the state for constitutional carry, providing daily alerts and Facebook postings on the bill's status. And hello, Kel. Welcome to the chat room. I'm jealous of Idaho and West Virginia. Now, granted, we did not have a constitutional carry or a permitless carry bill that was in Florida. There was a bill put forth for open carry. It was going along. It passed the House and went to the Senate. It had to go through a committee. And that senator that controls the committee refused to put the bill up. One senator blocked the bill from going to a vote. One senator. One Democrat senator blocked the bill. If he thought it was such a bad idea, his committee could have voted it down and shot it back. No. He just refused to bring the bill up. Now, who is the obstructionist? Democrats. They prove it time and time again. Harry Reid sat on bills in the Senate time and time again. And now in Florida, we have a senator who sat on a bill, would not bring it to committee to discuss, not even a vote, just to discuss. He wouldn't bring it up. That tells me he was fearful that it was going to pass and that we would have open carry here in Florida. I don't understand how these people keep getting voted in. Well, I know how they, there's people that vote for them. They keep doing stuff like this. Why didn't it go to the committee? Why didn't they listen to it? Why didn't they put it through the committee and let it go its process and be voted on? No, he wanted to sit on it and not let it go through. He killed a bill just because he personally did not like what was in the bill. I'm sick and tired of politicians. They have made it so only the elite can run for office. The cost is extravagant just to apply to run for an office position. They have made it so extravagant that the everyday person, who is supposed to be running for these positions and running the government, not upper echelon, the elites. It sickens me. But what doesn't sicken me is 5 businesses that rejected Moms Demand Action gun ban campaign. And that I just love the name, Moms Demand Action. Who the hell are you to demand anything? I get sick of this entitlement from the left. We demand. Fuck you. Try asking. Following news that Greensboro, North Carolina-based The Fresh Market caved to Moms Demand Action and will no longer serve armed, law-abiding citizens. Oh, my God, that just even saying it makes me want to... blood pressure going up. We're going to list businesses that refuse to submit to the campaign to disarm law-abiding citizens. Below are 5 businesses that specifically rejected Moms Demand's anti-gun campaign. Starbucks, which this one surprised me. I'll admit, it surprised me. I thought Starbucks fell in line with Moms Demand. The urban legend has developed surrounding Moms Demand Action attempts to secure a gun ban in Starbucks stores around the country. Somehow, the legend has it that Moms Demand Action secured a ban on openly carried firearms, but the truth is quite the opposite. In reality, Moms Demand Action launched the campaign against Starbucks' gun-free policy in 2013, only to have CEO Howard Schultz respond by asking people who carry openly not to be so flamboyant about it. I'm very much pro-gun, but you do have some people that take it to the extreme, and I think cause some issues that don't need to be there. Now, that's my personal. Him saying not to be so flamboyant, I could agree with him. Don't be sitting there flaunting it, and you won't have a lot of issues. Schultz did request that open carriers quit holding Starbucks Appreciation Days in which open carriers flooded into a particular Starbucks store to show their appreciation for their company's open carry rules, but that was as far as Schultz would go. Staples, on March 4th, 2014, a Moms Demand Action chapter went to Staples headquarters to deliver a gun ban petition to CEO Ron Sargent. The goal was to see guns banned in Staples stores throughout the country, but the Moms Demand chapter was marched off the property by security personnel. The FraminghamPatch.com reported that Moms Demand was able to give their petition to Staples security, but that was it. I wonder if that was armed security. That would be funny as hell if they got escorted off the property by armed security as they're trying to hand in a gun ban petition. Oh, my God. I get so sick of it. You know, they want to ban illegal ability in the United States, but yet these are the same people that don't want cake makers to not... Those that don't want to make cakes just because they don't agree with people's lifestyles, they think they should be forced to make those cakes. But what about the ones that illegal carry? Hey, I'm able to carry. You can't come in here. I don't agree with it. It's a legal ability. These stores should not have a right then. If they force these cake makers to make cakes for people, and again, I've talked about it in the past, I would not go if I was within that LGBT environment, and I was going to marry my other half, and I went to a bakery, and the person said, "No, sorry, I don't approve of your lifestyle." I don't want a cake from that person, because if I'm forcing them to make that cake, God knows what they're doing to it. They could be spitting in it for all we know. Goddamn ass. That'll be a good cake for them. Here, oh, sorry, I just sneezed all over the cake. Let me put some icing on top of it. I'm not saying they are doing it, but I mean, I wouldn't want a cake from that person. But they make those businesses cave to that type of lifestyle. But then when Mom's Demand comes around, they demand that companies not allow guns. Let me tell you, there's some places around here in Florida that they don't want you carrying guns. Florida is a concealed carry. You don't know if I'm carrying or not. You have no right to touch me to find out. I don't have to tell you if I'm carrying. I can lie straight to your face and it's not against the law. You do not have the right to even ask me if I'm carrying. Oh, well, right after this break, we will continue with the shenanigans of these anti-gun nuts. Yeah, they're not that smart. But you know what's smart? Listening to the Reaver Common Sense. Trying to make sense out of the senseless right here on HighPlainsPundit.com and SHRmedia.com. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians.
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
A team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying coffee is stupid, bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on SHRmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on SHRmedia.com and HighPlainsDailyNews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the ReaverCommonSense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, trying to make sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded the show to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to SHR Media. Click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Reaver After Dark with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Crash. If you want to watch a live broadcast of Reaver of Common Sense, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. That's that easy. Now, if you like the live stream, don't forget to make a comment and subscribe and keep up to date. If you want to support the show or support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one and click on the Reaver store. Pick up a t-shirt, coffee mug, or even Reaver jersey, SHR Media jersey, and many other items to choose from. Hang on 1 second. I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Walking gum and chewing. I should say doing a show and typing is not on my top list. So we're talking about the Mom's Demand and some of the places that they have failed horribly. And we're now on to Kroger's. And on August 18th, 2014, Mom's Demand Action launched a campaign to force Kroger to ban guns in its store. Less than 2 weeks later, Kroger responded by saying their policy would remain one of following the state and local law ordinances on firearms. The Cincinnati Enquirer quoted a Kroger statement which said, "We know I'm telling you, I for some reason I can't type and do my show at the same time. I have blonde moments. The Cincinnati Enquirer quoted a Kroger statement which said, "We know that our customers are passionate on both sides of this issue, and we trust them to be responsible in our store." On March 25th, 2015, Kroger CFO Michael, holy shnikes, I'm not even going to try his last name, told CBNC's Squawk Box that Kroger rejected Mom's Demand Action campaign because gun laws are set by lawmakers, not by grocers and other businesses around the countries. He further went on and said Mom's Demand Action was opposed to the fact that our policy is to adhere to the local gun laws. If the local gun laws are to allow open carry, we'll certainly allow customers to do that based on what the local laws are. We don't believe it's up to us to legislate what the gun laws control should be. It's up to the local legislators to decide that. What they're trying to do is they don't like what the states are doing, the state laws are. It doesn't agree with their ideology. And what really makes me laugh is when they do their protests, they're surrounded by armed security. They act like they're this individual moms that really, they're nowhere near that. This is a Michael Bloomberg thought up group and financed by Michael Bloomberg. That's all this group is another wing of Michael Bloomberg trying to tell the American people how to live. This is the same man as a mayor that wanted to ban large sodas. This is everything that is anti-America. That man is pushing. It is not his place. It is not the government's place to tell me what to eat and drink. It is not the government's place. And his law was so stupid, so I can't buy a 44-ounce drink, but I could buy two 22-ounce drinks. There's ways around his stupidity. And now he's trying to force, and he's been trying to force, these gun bans. They don't like it that the states are going, wait a minute, gun bans haven't worked. Well, hey, let's arm the people back to the way it was. Okay. So they're trying, what they're doing is going to these businesses and trying to get it so that you can't carry in the stores, so you just don't carry. But what they are causing by that is people will still carry and go, okay, I can't go in the store, take their gun off, put it in their car. Which is helping what? Well, the more that happens, the more criminals know, oh, let me go breaking into these cars. And, oh, wow, I can get some guns. That's all Mom's Demands Action would be doing, but a lot of places are telling them to stick it. These places are... If they didn't allow people to be armed, they would lose such business, it would close them down. Probably not every single store, but most of them would close down because they would lose so much goddamn business. There is some people that don't carry guns, that don't believe that they should carry a gun, but they respect other people's right to carry a gun, and they probably would be saying, you know what? They don't want to follow the law. I'm not going to shop there either. It's that simple. They're just causing companies to close. And they think they're so much smarter. Now, there's a Fred Meyer. I've never heard of the store. But when Moms Demand Action launched its gun ban campaign against Kroger on August 18, 2014, they also focused on Kroger's subsidiary, Fred Meyer's. But Fred Meyer's rejected the campaign on the very day it was launched. It was quoted as Fred Meyer's public affairs representative saying, the safety of our customers and associates is one of our most important values. We do not want to have to put our associates in a position of having to confront a customer who's legally carrying a gun. That is why our long outstanding policy on this issue is to follow state and local laws. And that's the other thing. Yeah, great. You start having these employees going up, well, we need you to leave because you're carrying a gun. Some states it's concealed carry. How do you know? So now you're going to start a confrontation between those that's probably going to escalate. And it's not going to be good for either side. Because you're always going to get some employee that's a little too gung-ho, that might be anti-gun, and get a little too gung-ho, that's going to put their hands on the armed person. The armed person is going to then defend themselves. And now we're going to have to go through that whole thing. Just because Mom's Demand has a bug up their twat and they don't like it. God, I'm just... You're going to cause issues where there doesn't need to be issues. And they don't care if someone gets hurt out of this. I have gone to their site, Moms Demand Action. I gave them the story of my father and asked them respectfully my questions. For those that don't know, my father was shot when I was young. I had to help take care of him. He's survived. But someone just walked in who was illegally carrying, walked in, killed my dad's boss, shot my dad, walked out. Now, I ask, how do your strict gun laws, how did that help my dad? And I go through several questions to that similar. And their great response was they banned me. So when you try to have a conversation with them, they ban you. They do not like opposition on their page. They ban you. So that all they can say is, look, everybody's in agreement. All of us are in agreement. There's so many people that want a gun ban. No. You ban the opposition. So you do not get to hear the other side. And why they ban me? Because they can't answer. It blows their theories out of the water. It makes them look like idiots. And they cannot. They have only one choice. And I've only had one person do it. They would have to attack me. They would have to attack me on asking how those strict gun laws helped my dad when he was shot. And they cannot answer it. So the only time he told me how I need psychological help, I was misrepresenting my ideology and I needed psychiatric help. They can only attack me. That's all they can do. They can't answer my question because their strict gun laws do not help. Their strict gun laws don't do anything to help the everyday person. The next on the list was Target, and on July 2nd, 2014, Breitbart News reported that the Target interim CEO, John Mulligan, respectfully requested that guests not bring firearms into Target. The backlash was immediately, and on July 3rd, 2014, Target PR group Molly Schneider followed up by saying Mulligan's announcement was a request and not a prohibition. The Los Angeles Times pointed out that Chipotle took an approach to guns that was very similar to the one taken by Target. The restaurant chain first issued an announcement which seemed like a blanket gun ban in response to Mom's demand action, quickly clarified to say it was strongly and respectfully asked customers to not bring any guns into Chipotle restaurant, but made it clear that the request is not a ban. Yeah, but they fell in line with Mom's demand, and when their bottom line got hurt, that's when they reversed their decision. They got a backlash, and then we have to back them. How can we do this so that we appease both? So it's very easy. I don't shop at Target anymore. I don't care that it's a request. I do not shop at Target. That's simple. Chipotle, I really don't go out to restaurants, so I can't really say that I'm going to boycott that one. That's very simple. But I would love Mom's Demand to come on my show and explain to me and answer my list of questions of how these gun laws, these strict gun laws, strict gun control will help the American people, how it stops gun violence, how it stops criminals from carrying. And I don't think I'll ever hear from Mom's Demand, and they will not be able to answer. They are puppets for Michael Bloomberg. There's no other way to put it. They are just puppets for Bloomberg to do his biddings. I don't put up with these gun idiots. Anti-guns, I should say. And there is pro-gunners that do get under my skin because they take it too far. There was one gentleman who was begging to come on my show because he's pro-gun. But he was foul-mouthed, aggressive, and if you don't believe 100%, he would start screaming and yelling at you that you're anti-gun, you're anti-Constitution, and all this other shit. And I was like, no, I'm not. Why not? Because you do not have a temperament for it. You're too off the wire about it. So yes, there is anti-gunners that take it too far. Pro-guns that takes it too far. And they give the rest of us a bad name. It fits that little ideology of the anti-guns of who we are. But both sides have their extremists. But what's not extreme is you're listening to Jersey Joe right here on shrmedia.com and highplainspundit.com, and I'm trying to make sense out of this senseless right after this break.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying calf for the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover's here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch a broadcast of the show, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. And if you like the live stream, don't forget to comment and subscribe to keep up to date. If you want to support the show or if you want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one. Click on the Reaver store. Pick up a t-shirt, coffee mug, Reaver jersey, SHR Media jersey. So many items, I could not list them all here. Well, I could, but it would take a long, long time. So, the next article is this is one of those Captain Obvious moments. And Gavin Newsom, who is the lieutenant governor for California, says ammunition, the most dangerous part of a gun. Really? Really? The bullet is the most dangerous part? Oh, my God. California, why do you keep electing idiots? California Lieutenant Governor Gavin Newsom is hitching his 2018 gubernatorial campaign to a statewide ballot proposal that would sharply restrict the sale of ammunition. It seems to me the most dangerous part of the weapon is not the weapon itself, it's the ammunition, he said on April 1st. This has got to be an April Fool's gag. It has to be, because no one can be that stupid just to come out and go, I think, it seems to me that the most dangerous part is the bullet. No shit, Sherlock. He wants anyone buying ammunition to endure a background check similar to the one that would-be gun buyers currently have to pass to buy a gun. According to the press, Democrat Newsom, speaking at a Graton casino, told a story about being denied a Sudafed cold medicine purchase because he did not have a driver's license to show at the pharmacy counter. He suggested it's strange that a person has to show ID to buy cold medicine, but not ammunition. Hey, guess what? Most states you do have to at least show an ID that you're over 18. And you Democrats say repeatedly that showing an ID is racist. So showing an ID to get ammunition is okay. Showing ID to get a gun is okay. Showing an ID to buy cold medicine is okay. And why do you have to show it? Because people break the law and buy the Sudafed to make meth. So someone could be breaking the law, so they have to ID everybody that buys Sudafed, but they want to have an ID law for voting, so because there's possibility and has been voter fraud, so showing ID to stop people from voter fraud, but Democrats say that's racist. Why? Because they encourage voter fraud. This idiot contradicts everything that the Democrats have been pushing. Don't tell me I have to show an ID for ammunition, but I don't have to show an ID to vote. In addition to the ammunition background, Newsom also pledged to add new reporting requirements for licensed firearm dealers to increase reporting of prohibited gun owners to the FBI database. Oh, my God. I think I just had an aneurysm. Oh. They already have to report it. The problem is the federal government and the FBI are not convicting or going after those people. It's like 1% of the people that are found breaking the law are nothing's done to them. Only 1% get charged. So what difference does it make if they have to increase reporting? They have to report it already. And the Democrats, this is the dumb shit that they do. They want to put laws that are already on the book because they're too much idiots to go and check to see if I got a good idea. If someone falsifies on the a prohibited owner lies about his application to get a gun, they need to turn it into the FBI. It's already there. That law is already there, you nitwit, and you're supposed to be a politician that knows about the laws? He's also pushing a ban on the possession of high-capacity magazines. Hey, Dan. He says such magazines are disproportionately responsible for mayhem. You can go to small magazines, and it's just as easy. The large-capacity magazines do not cause the problem. The guns do not cause the problem. The bullets do not cause the problem. It is the psychopath behind the gun. And lately, a lot lately, it has been liberals. Liberals that go on these nut job shootings. Someone hurts their little feelings, and they don't know how to deal with it. There's something in the human gene that makes humans go after each other. If you ban guns, great. The criminals are going to have the guns. No one's going to be able to protect themselves. We have been killing each other since the dawn of time. We have been murdering each other for thousands upon thousands upon thousands of years. We have been murdering each other. Whether by gun, rock, stick, bow and arrow, doesn't matter. We have been killing each other. And until we figure out that little gene that causes us to want to kill each other, it doesn't matter what you ban. Because there's hundreds of people in this country that are killed by hammers, baseball bats, tire irons. They're going to find a way. When man has malice in his heart, he will find a way to commit that malice. So you could try all you want, but until you figure out what makes the human want to kill each other, it will never work. The best we could do right now until we can find out what that little problem is. Thanks, Kel. She just put it in the chat room, rock, paper, scissors, throat punch. We're going to be going at each other. The best we could do right now is protect each other. We can protect ourselves. The high-capacity magazines aren't going to make a difference. You take those away, you can just tape a bunch of low capacity. You take the AR-15 away, they'll find another gun to do it with. It's actually easier, I think, on my end, it's easier to change magazines on a handgun than it is my AR-15. I can change out quicker. And I'm shooting 30-round clips, and it takes me longer to change that than my handgun. But people, you could be anti-gun, you could be anti-violence. It doesn't matter. Until we can figure out what causes humans to kill each other, we're going to keep attacking each other. So, I don't mean to sound morbid on this, but I got a little chuckle out of, I think it was the day that they announced in Liberia that the Ebola outbreak was done. I think it was the same day or the next day they reported that they had another case of it, and it seems like we might be having another Ebola outbreak. And I'm sorry, it's not that the people dying I feel sorry for, and I don't mean to make a joke on their behalf, but I just find it funny. As soon as they declare that the Ebola outbreak was finished, it's over with, we're declared it free of transmission, and there we go. We got another one, and another one, and another one. A second case of Ebola has been confirmed in Liberia months after the country has been declared free of transmission, health officials said Sunday. The 5-year-old son of a 30-year-old woman who died Thursday from Ebola has been taken to a treatment center. Monrovia, said Deputy Health Minister. Authorities are now checking everyone the woman was in contact with, and 10 healthcare workers from the hospital where the woman died are under observation. There are strong indications the woman came from Guam when the border was closed. The woman who died on arrival at the hospital Thursday traveled with 3 of her children. We are investigating both in Guinea and Liberia, how she entered, but knowing the porous border, we are not surprised she entered Liberia before getting sick or manifesting signs and symptoms. The new cases are a setback for Liberia, which had been declared free of transmission for a third time on January 14th. Liberia was first declared free of transmission in May, but new cases emerged twice, forcing officials to reset the clock in the nation where more than 4,800 people have died from the deadly disease. All I got to say is we are damn lucky in the United States. We are damn lucky. Bringing those cases into the country, and we're allowing people to exit that area and come to the United States. We were damn lucky we did not have a massive outbreak in the United States. I understand we got to be compassionate and help. I'm all for that, and I agree with we have to be compassionate and help. But that was going a little too far, and put our country at risk. Any country, I don't care who it is. Everything should be stopped. And the idea that, they can just take connecting flights and come into the country. Idiots. And see, I wasn't worried on my end of it. Why? Because, my house would have been boarded up so goddamn fast there were starting to be outbreaks, and I do have hazmat suits in my house. Yes, I do. From a company I was involved with, part ownership, we taught hazmat and all that, so definitely I have the equipment laying around, and I had it set for my parents and, my wife and kids. I was set and ready to go. Nobody else was, but I could. People, it is that easy for something like that to happen. I know a lot of people were blowing it off and saying, "Oh, you're blowing it out of proportion," and doing scare tech. No, that is something that could blow up in our face that quick. That quick. That one case we had in Texas. It could have been mass disaster here in the United States. We are damn lucky it wasn't. Damn lucky. The World Health Organization has said Ebola is no longer an international health emergency, but flare-ups are decreasing frequency. Flare-ups have also occurred in Sierra Leone and in Guinea. In the case of Guinea, the flare-up came just months after the outbreak was declared over. WHO said there have been 8 cases of Ebola and 7 deaths in Guinea since late February. There are no known cases in Sierra Leone. Ebola is spread through direct contact with the bodily fluids of victims or corpses. Ebola has killed more than 11,000 people, mostly in West Africa, since December 2013. And people got to understand, yes, right now it is only through the direct contact. These viruses can mutate very easily. Jumping to a new host that might have some kind of virus that mutates Ebola is not unheard of. It can go into an airborne very easy. And that is one of the fears that the WHO has. They know at any time that can mutate into and airborne. People, it's not a joke. I know our politicians are blowing it off. Well, they're blowing it off because they don't want mass panic. I'm not saying we should have mass panic, but we should be smart about things. But you know what's smart? Smart that you're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on High Plains Pundit Radio and SHR Media. We'll be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
To Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying half of the stupid promo.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is the Reaver After Dark, hosted by Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe, and Jersey Crash, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date on everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver Common Sense Show. I am your host, Jersey Joe, making sense out of the senseless. The Jersey Takeover is here. We have expanded to 2 hours every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Remember to join the live chat. Go to shrmedia.com. Just click on the chat room button. Join the conversation. If you want to watch the broadcast, go to Reaver.one. Click on the live stream. If you like the live stream, don't forget to subscribe to it and keep up to date. Yeah, it does fly by pretty quickly, doesn't it, Cal? If you want to support the show, if you want to support SHR Media, go to Reaver.one, click on the Reaver store, pick up a t-shirt, coffee mug, or even a Reaver or SHR Media jersey. There's a lot of items to choose from. Now, during the break, I was reading a couple of different things, but one of them that caught my eye is something that, and I don't have all the specifics, and I'll try to have it for tomorrow's show. It seems that the FBI investigation is wrapping up. It's not that they're not charging, but it's wrapping up. It's the email portion of it, and we'll be looking to talk to Hillary Clinton very soon. But I don't have a lot of information. I'll get that hopefully tomorrow. And just looking over some stuff. Looking over it, Ted Cruz has been trying to do a lot of backdoor stuff. After the first round, yeah, I gotta. I can send you the one that I play on my commercials. It's the second one in, Kel. I'll send it to you. Sorry, a little bit off. I was reading several things, and so I'll have more on that Clinton. What I need, Kel, is I'm going to need email or something that I can send it to. But Trump, I will never back down from supporting and fighting for the Border Patrol agents. GOP presidential candidate and frontrunner Donald Trump spoke exclusively with Breitbart, Texas, on the most recent far-left attack against the organization, representing over 80% of the Border Patrol agents who protect the United States border. The group, the National Border Control Council, gave their first-ever endorsement during a presidential primary to Trump. And far-left efforts are underway to have the group excommunicated and to end their affiliation with the larger union organization. I find just because they backed who they want to back, now they're being attacked from the left. Because this union normally backs Democrats. But you know what? The Democrats have not been backing the Border Patrol. Really, what the left hasn't even been backing its union. Any of them. It's been doing anything and everything to screw over the unions, and I don't see how it could continue to back. But Trump told Breitbart, Texas, I will always have the backs of the Border Patrol agents who protect America. I know they will never be intimidated by any bullies trying to push them out of their AFL-CIO, and I will never back down from supporting them and fighting for them every day. Yep, got it, Cal. Thank you. I'll send that to you right after the show. Together, we will end illegal immigration and save America. A prominent extreme open borders group, Not One More, began an effort to smear Border Patrol agents and get them booted from their associations with the AFL-CIO. The NBCP, oh my God, there are so many damn abbreviations in this article. The NBPC has presented a unique challenge to the groups promoted a secured border, largely due to border security advocates having a tendency to be anti-union. That said, anti-union right-of-center groups would have no information to support their efforts for border security were it not for the efforts of the largely conservative NBPC. I don't understand how people are against, well, I know why, but if you're against borders, putting up border control measures, which walls, whatever we put up, if you're against that and you're against for this no borders group, you're against doing away with the United States. Plain and simple, you're against doing away. Nations have borders, period. End of sentence. Nations have borders. If you do away with these borders, you're doing away with our nation. And whether you think it's a conspiracy or not, tinfoil hat or not, they are pushing for a one-world nation. And the way to do it is you start tearing down borders. Look at Europe, the open border situation, and look how it's backfired on them. Do you want that here in the United States? Because that's what will happen. We will have such an influx of people into this country that jobs will become sparse for us. Jobs are already sparse as it is. And if you think that low wages are bad now, wait till all of these people come here and there's more people than there are jobs, so they can lower the amount of money they have to pay because they have the demand. It's why they're attacking Trump so bad. One of the couple of reasons. And one of them is because of the open borders. And yes, there is Republicans that are pushing that. And no, Cruz is not one of these. Cruz is for whatever is popular. He has been for the illegal immigrants before he was against them. He was for open borders before he was against it. And talk about Trump being changing. Cruz was for the TPP. He was pushing and voted for the fast track. And then found out it wasn't popular, so now he was against the TPP. Cruz is a politician and is like Hillary Clinton in that they govern by polls. And that's exactly what Obama did in his first year. He governed by polls. And now we have a conservative that's running, that's doing that. And people are just praising it. It's... Now, I'm going to go over one last article before the end of the show. And there was a student that got ejected from a meeting because she raised her arms just like, I don't know. Not in violence, none of that, just raised because she was a little, I don't know, and raised her arms and shook her head. She was ejected from the meeting because it was a microaggression. An Edinburgh University student has told how she was accused of violating safe space policy and almost ejected from a meeting because she raised her arms and shook her head. The incident highlights the increasingly hair-trigger sensibility of students at some of the country's most prestigious academic institutions. And yet, incredibly, the student in question still supports the policy. We also have in the United States, and it's happened more and more, people are writing Trump 2016 in chalk. And these young adults need counseling. They've been traumatized because someone wrote Trump 2016 and it's hurt their feelings and they need to be counseled, and it's the university's fault for letting people have free speech. People, we are pushing in this country for the end of our Constitution. Period. That is what is on the line. They are pushing to end our Constitution. And if Hillary gets in, that is exactly what the fuck will happen. We will no longer be a country. We will have open borders. We will not have freedom of speech. We will not be able to speak out against our government. And we've had a slow push towards it. What do you think politically correct is about? It is censorship. What do you think this PC crap and it's, oh, you hurt my feelings bullshit is? It is a slow and steady progression to end free speech. End of subject. That's what it is. They're trying to get away from it because when you end free speech, the government then can do whatever they want. Look at Europe, what's happening. Look at Scotland. Scotland put a warning out this past weekend. Watch what you say on social media. You might have a knock on your door. Europe, America, the countries that fought against this in World War II are now promoting this shit. We are promoting what we fought against in World War II. We have become exactly what we fought against. And people sit back quietly and accept it. People sit back and allow it to happen. If you say something wrong on the internet, you could wind up with a knock on the door. That is Scotland. It isn't North Korea. It isn't some third world socialist dictator. It is Scotland. And that is what's happening across Europe. And it won't be long before it's here in the United States, people. Sit back and look at what's been happening. And we're on the way. But I do want to thank you for listening to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm trying to make the sense out of the senseless. I will be back tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio. And remember, if you like the live stream, don't forget to comment and subscribe to keep up to date. Have a good day. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.